Anthony, of course, it's just a big win. Just take me through the emotions, playing hard in the second half, and then the fans were starved for a court storming. What do you think of that as well?
The energy here was electric tonight. I feel like coming into the game, we were well prepared for it, and we just came out to a good start. I feel like that just led us to playing the way we played, and it was just a team effort. It was amazing.
Have you ever been a part of a court storming before?
That was my first one, and I hope it's not the last.
For the other guys, what did you feel about the fans coming out in the court? Have y'all been a part of that before?
No, this is my first time as well. It was crazy. I had burned the ball down, then I turned around and they was right there, so I didn't know what was going on.
Anthony, it's your first 30-point game in an OSU uniform. Just sort of, what does that mean to you? Just what were you feeling tonight? Take me through your scoring.
I don't know. I feel like everybody is confident. Everybody trusts me with the ball, and everybody knows I can score. I just feel like, everything was rolling tonight,
Christian, how big is this win? Not only just because it's a win in the standings, but also just a confidence builder. It really shows what potential you guys have against really good teams.
This is a very big win. We're a great team, and we showed it tonight. We just got to build off of it and keep the confidence and keep rolling.
Jalen, you hit a bunch of free throws down the stretch that kind of sealed the win for this. Just how did you handle the pressure in that moment and stayed focused and made those shots you need to make?
Just really staying calm, not letting the pressure get to me, not letting the big moment get to me. Just staying calm and knocking down my free throws. Being in the gym every day working on that, so you just got to keep building and keep knocking them down when I'm needed for it.
Jalen, Christian, how different is this team when Anthony's kind of doing what he did tonight?
You ever watched the 2017 Warriors with KD, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry? That's how I feel with when he hit all these threes, VJ, like all our shooters just hitting. I feel like we can be that good. We just gotta keep building, like they said.
Christian, you got the tough assignment tonight with Devanza. Take me kind of through that matchup and the challenges of defending him.
I was just trying to be disciplined on him because he fouled a lot, and he's a great player. So I was just trying to make sure I stayed disciplined, stayed down on his shot fakes, and contest every shot. But I feel like I did good on him. So.
Anthony, defensively, you guys were able to turn them over a lot in the first half. How big was it not only turning them over, but taking advantage of their giving the ball up and scoring points?
Yeah, I think the way we play defense today is the way the coaches have been trying to get us to play. I just feel like, it's hard. The game is so fast. So just to actually turn them over and then convert off those turnovers was huge for us. And, we need to start doing that more.
Jalen, you had a couple highlight plays. Did you have a favorite among your plays tonight?
Yeah, I would obviously say it's the lay. That's just me. I'm jelly film, so I get those anytime I want. So I would say the lay for sure.
Go ahead. Sorry.
For all three of you guys, how did it feel to see Lefty get back on the court in this game?
That was huge. I've been waiting for Lefty to play. I've been waiting to play with him. So just to see him out there and play as well as he did, that was huge for us and huge for him.
Thanks.
Guys were up 15 with 5 left to go in the first half. They come back, tie it. What does it say about y'all's resiliency to get back out to multiple double-digit leads there in the second half and hold off late?
Yeah, I feel like this is a game of runs, and we've had that. We've seen that throughout our season. So I feel like everybody stayed calm, and we knew what we had to do to win. And when it just came down to it, we did what we had to do to win.
The road doesn't get any easier. We know you guys play Saturday, but how important is it just to bottle up this confidence you guys built, this momentum, and take it to Arizona on Saturday?
Just really come in tomorrow and, build on what we just did tonight. Listen to coach, keep executing what he want, defense and offense, and just go out there and AZ try to get a win against the #1 team.
Christian, same question.
Yeah, definitely. Build off of this for sure. Come out tomorrow, do the same thing we've been doing. Don't try to do nothing different. Listen to coach on, like he said, on the offensive, defensive end, and just build off of it for sure. Keep the confidence and go out here and try to win against the #1 team in the nation.
Anthony, from a confidence standpoint and a defensive standpoint, is this a game y'all can look back on a couple weeks from now and go, that's when we turned a corner?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we've showed flashes of being a good team, and I think we just got to find out a way to put it together for a full 40 minutes, So I feel like this definitely could be a turning point for us, And if we keep playing the way we did tonight, we're going to have a good season.
Anthony, I know it's still a lot of basketball left, but this is a big win when it comes to your guys' tournament resume looking forward. Is that something you guys are, already focused on or talked about amongst
It's
yourselves?
something we've been talking about since we arrived on campus. We want to play in March. I've never played in March, so I feel like everybody in the locker room is bought in on trying to achieve that goal, and we have the pieces it takes to get there.
Does this, in terms of March, does this win today feel, you've had other wins this year, but does this feel bigger than maybe some of those others when it comes to getting to where you want to be in March?
Me personally, I wouldn't say it because it's just another win in the win column. I mean, they're a good team, but obviously we just got to keep building off of. We can't get too high and get too low. We just got to keep playing and try to get to what we're trying to get to.
Anthony, the BYU coach said a lot of really nice things about you, but I want to ask you, just AJ competing against a guy like that we'll probably see at the next level for sure. Just your thoughts on competing about him, and just talk a little bit about his game.
Yeah, it's not often you get to play somebody who's a projected number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft, and those are all that's aspiration for all of us. We all want to play in the NBA. So he's super talented, and I feel like we all looked at this game as an opportunity to show that we could play in the NBA too. So that was huge, and I got a lot of respect for all them dudes on that team, and him included.
For all three of you guys, you finished with 16 turnovers. It felt like more throughout the game, especially that first half. Just kind of what adjustments were made, what you guys kind of go into this game planning to do that kind of made them forced all those turnovers that got you guys great opportunities at the other end.
At first, I feel like we weren't settled in with the turnovers that we had in the first half. And then as the game got going, we kind of settled down a little bit, started playing our game, and we got comfortable.
What was Steve like after this one? Did he smile?
The same way he always is. He ain't no different.
I might have seen a little smile.
Before we get started, I just want to make sure that I talk a little bit about this. Obviously today's game was to promote heart health. Obviously, I've had some issues in my family with my wife having a heart attack. We've had it strike us with Coach Henson. We've obviously got it with Chad. And we were able to have the entire team yesterday get CPR certified once again, which is a big deal to my family and I. And I just want people to make sure that they take care of themselves. It's an easy opportunity to get a calcium score exam. They don't cost a lot of money, and it can save your life. And it's worth it. It's worth it. So I just want to make sure that I extend that out to everybody to please take care of yourself and get your heart checked out. With that being said, it was a heck of a night. Obviously, we were able to get our first quad one win against a team that I think can play for a national title. And, I'm proud of the guys. I think they did a fantastic job. They've done a much better job over the last couple of weeks of being a good basketball team rather than a good group of individuals, and that's paying dividends for us right now.
Coach, in the first half, you were able to turn them over a lot and take advantage of those turnovers as well. You get to halftime tied, but the guys came out still focused in that second half. Can you just talk about how they rode the waves today?
Yeah, I thought the guys stuck with the game plan. We weren't great in the first half in terms of rebounding, and we were much better in the second half. And we talked a lot about, trying to get more possessions than the other team. And you do that through rebounding, through turning people over, and through getting to the free throw line. And we did a really good job throughout the game of sticking to the game plan, minus probably the last 4 minutes of the first half on the backboards. So I think that was probably the difference between a win and a loss.
What did you think of Anthony's night?
I thought Anthony played well. I thought he played within himself. I thought the team did a good job of giving him shots. The one that Kanye came off late in the game, probably about 4 or 5 minutes to go, he came off the double ball screen, and he had an opportunity to get the ball to the basket, and he hung out right around the three-point line to get him on the throwback, and Anthony hit that three. I thought that was a big momentum boost, especially we'd missed a couple shots here prior to that. But again, we talked a lot about our egos versus the mission. And the mission is for us to continue to win Quad 1 games in the best league in America and put ourselves in a position to get to the NCAA tournament. And they did that tonight because the mission was more important than their egos.
We watch you coach, and with 2 fouls in the first half, we know those guys are sitting until halftime. Well, what do you tell Victorious? And when he comes back in the second half and has the second half he does, it's just one of those things where he really got into the game quickly.
Didn't I put VJ in right before the half? Didn't I put him in for offense? Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just checking on you, Eric.
Okay, okay.
Yes, my 2 foul participation is not normally very high. But no, to VJ's credit, I thought he stuck with it and he stayed with the team and he was great on the bench. And then when he got back into the second half, and he stepped in and did what he was there to do. I thought VJ and our guards overall did a good job with their guards throughout the game, minus probably the last 3 minutes. We gave up some threes that we shouldn't have. But I thought our guys defensively were pretty good today.
Steve, when Anthony's going like he is, like, what kind of energy does he bring to the team? What does that do for the team when he's going like that?
Well, I mean, it makes it easier, obviously, because you got somebody that can shoot it from distance and puts pressure on the defense, which now allows Kanye and it allows Jaylen Curry to get to the basket because the lane opens up. You know, when you don't have the shooting, they can kind of pack it in, and BYU's very good defensively about kind of protecting those elbows and keeping the ball out of the paint. And so it makes a huge difference.
What do you think of AJ Dubons's night? He just seems like a tough cover with his level of size and athleticism and shot making.
I mean, he had 36 on 20 shots, guys. He's a good player. He's a good player. And you'd have to add it up for me. I'm not great. So 56, 66, 71 of 99 points were by their big three. That's a lot of points among 3 players. It's a lot of points among 3 players. But specifically with AJ, you know what's the most impressive thing about him is we're going through the handshake line after the game, and one of their players, and I don't think he did it intentionally, but he bypassed me, and AJ grabbed that kid, and he made him shake my hand. That's impressive to me, guys. 36 points is impressive, and 7 rebounds is impressive, but what he did in that handshake line speaks volume about the young man's character, in my opinion.
Coach, I was impressed with Jalen and Kanye's night tonight. I feel like they were kind of the unsung heroes. What did you think of their play overall, and just your thoughts of them?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking 12 assists and 3 turnovers out of your point guard position, and you're getting 14 points. That's a good night. And both those guys are good players. And I thought tonight it was good for us to play them together. Some nights it is, some nights it isn't. But I thought today that both of them did a good job. Curry put a lot of pressure on the rim. He made some big-time shots at the rim, especially when they took the big guy out and got him away from the basket a little bit, which helped us.
Didn't have the best stat line, but a guy we talked about earlier this with Vukovic. I mean, talk about his night. He had some pretty big plays on both ends of the court. You don't get that from him last year.
Yeah, no, Millie's gotten better, guys, and I think we're watching him continue to get better as the year progresses. And he had a good week of practice. He had great energy today. So, we expect him to just continue to move forward. And he did a good job rebounding and defending at the rim. He had one foul there that I don't think he would have liked to have probably had back. But, no, I'm excited about his future.
You get lefty back, and he's instantly has to guard a top 3 pick. Just sort of what did you think of the minutes he was able to give you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I look forward to getting him more minutes. Lefty's a good player. We've missed him. That's been a difference within our team. It allows Chris to get some more rest. It allows us not to play small at the 4. He rebounds his position well. He defends, and he's got a high level of energy. So I just expect him to keep getting better and better. But no, I thought he was fantastic the entire night long.
This being your first Quad 1, when the guys talked openly about, their goals to make the tournament, can you sort of put this win in context to what it does for your, resume with an eye on March maybe?
Well, I mean, we didn't have a Quad 1 victory coming into tonight. We're fantastic in the Quad 2, but we didn't have a Quad 1 win, and we have 4 left after tonight, right? We've got Houston coming here, Kansas coming here, at Central Florida, and at Colorado, right? So if you want to put yourself in the mix, you got to win those games because that's what the selection committee is going to look at. our RPI continues to climb, our net continues to get better, our wins above the bubble is fantastic. So we're gonna have to make the selection committee make a decision if we can keep doing this. And we said it from day one. I was hired here to compete in the Big 12 and get to the NCAA tournament and win basketball games. And, I don't know what we are, 16-6 maybe? 16-6. We've already surpassed our wins from last year, and we weren't in the hunt for going to the NCAA tournament last year, and now we're relevant in that hunt. Now we've got to finish it off, and we've got to make sure we get there.
Amid the chaos of the court storming, I was watching you, and you're just kind of calmly, going through the handshake line, walking off the court. Anthony joked that you might have smiled in the locker room after the game. What's your just demeanor, and what are you trying to, I don't know, teach the guys through that?
Well, I've been blessed, right? My first 3 years of being a head coach, I went to 3 NCAA tournaments. My 4th year, we went to the NIT. And then I've been a part of a lot of winning and a lot of good programs. And that winning doesn't happen overnight. That winning happens because you bust your tail every single day. And you're a good person, and you do what is right. And so I just keep trying to instill in these guys that there's going to be highs and lows, but tomorrow morning at 5 or whatever time, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to come back to the office and we're going to do this again, right? We're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to enjoy tonight. But tomorrow morning, we have to get our head back on our shoulders straight, and we have to get back to trying to figure out a way to beat Arizona and Arizona State on this road swing. And so I just try to instill that in those guys, that the hard work never goes away. And so enjoy the night, because it's so darn hard to win in this league, but tomorrow we got to come back at it.
Steve, based on your other years just working with other teams, some wins, maybe a win like this, can it lead to a confidence boost that helps y'all replicate this play in other games?
Yeah, well, I think that just overall, practices being better and being more competitive and playing the right way, and then going to Utah, right? I think that's what builds your confidence. This is just another night of, I don't want to say icing on the cake, because it's definitely not that, but just it's validation, right? That if you work hard every single day and you do your job and you bust your tail, that you're going to put yourself in a position to have success, right? And tonight we did. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it every single night, but it means you're going to put yourself in a position to have success.
Do you think sometimes some guys, everyone, maybe they need those moments of validation to kind of encourage them to stick with it?
Yeah, I think today's generation of young people, because they get one of two things, guys. They either get crushed after losses on social media, or everybody kisses their tail, right? And so, yeah, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to have some validation with it, but it's all fleeting, right? If you don't come back tomorrow morning and you don't watch film at 11 o'clock on BYU, and then we come back in the afternoon and we don't prepare to beat Arizona, then we're not doing what it takes to win. And that's the big lesson here, is for those guys to do it every single day. And I think that hopefully we're making progress there.
Coach, you fired.
Let's make this the last question. Coach's voice is hanging on for dear life. Let's get him out of here with this one.
Coach, you guys fired 2 guys at AJ at times. What did you think of the scramble and just the help defense overall?
Yeah, I thought that when we trapped his ball screens with our other big guy, I thought that was good for us. And I thought when we ran somebody at him at the mid-post, it was good for us. We had one breakdown out of that where they got the lob. But beyond that, I thought it was a good, I don't want to say adjustment, because that was our game plan, but I thought that our staff had a good game plan going into it.